Com check on 5.
Gotcha.
Camera should be up in a couple minutes.
I just remembered to record, so reminder to record.
Hey, everybody.
Thank you, Eddie.
We are ready to go.
Hey, Nick, I was going to say I forgot to put the Easter link up on the broadcast end. We didn't have that for the ending of the service. So I guess we could always take it from the main room, but I don't know if you have access to that link or not.
Oh, yes. You can just take it from the main room. I meant to add it. Ashley told me about it, but I haven't had a chance to get to it. Actually, I can add it right now. I got time.
I see you, Chris.
There we go. Although, Terry, did you have the Easter link for wrap-up while Carson was out at the end?
Yeah, the big full screen slide.
No, that's just for online. The lower third Easter link. Ashley said.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, you did. Okay. Awesome.
Also, I guess the first walkout slide is full screen, talks about Easter too.
Hey, Addie.
Yes?
When you come up to broadcast, just talk on A.
Okay, yes, sorry about that.
That's okay.
I was told by Matt.
Oh, okay.
We're good. Gosh, you.
Cool. We are ready, almost ready. I see Rollin. 40 seconds to go. There's Brett.
Brett changed. He didn't want to be twins.
Oh, it is warm in this room.
Trade you.
Cameras, don't forget to record.
All right, Bree, you got 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, no.
Hey, well, good morning, everybody.
I feel like we're really dark.
CG2 was still in on the switcher, and I didn't notice.
Hey, we're like little Smurfs. That's great.
So their light didn't come on. There it is.
I got the lighting engineer to turn it on for us.
Oh, thanks for stepping down there, Addie. I was just about to say you could come down and touch.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
That looks good.
You guys are having a great weekend. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was a little sad. I watched Duke Carolina last night.
Oh, you
and I'm a
must-
Duke fan.
you're a Duke
so
fan, yes.
yeah. So it's 2 losses this year.
Yeah.
So we were a little bummed by that.
Yeah. Also, you lost an hour of sleep and you stayed up through the game. I was asleep by the end of that game for sure.
Oh, that was an early game.
Nah.
At 6:30.
Oh man, I moved my clock forward before I went to bed.
Yeah.
So I was ready to go.
But it is awesome that we sprung forward. I mean, the extra daylight is.
It's gonna be beautiful.
It's gonna be awesome
beautiful
tonight.
after we get recovered from it.
Yeah,
After
when
we
we
recovered from
get
it.
that extra hour of sleep back.
Yeah. Well, hey, 2 weeks ago, we had the privilege of hearing from Brett in our gathering about Fuse Camp. Registration launched 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, go ahead.
So how are registrations going?
So registration, dude, kids are signing up like crazy. So we have over 300 students signed up for camp between middle and high school. If you don't know what Fuse is our summer camp that our church runs. We've been doing it. This will be our 15th year of running camp as a church. And it is.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
This is me asking if you got those Easter lower thirds and that full screen swapped.
Oh, remind me what I have to swap with the full screen. I got the
There
Easter.
was an and sign on that full screen Easter slide.
Oh, okay. Did she?
She updated it.
Yeah, but did she make a new one or did she overwrite? I think she just overwrote the file.
Yeah, I think so too.
So yeah, it's good to go.
It's good. Okay. I just wanted you to check for me.
And I added the Easter link for broadcast at the end. Terry said he had it already.
Oh, okay, cool.
The work's worth it because a lot of students' lives are changed because of it. We watch baptism stories. We talked to students. I'm actually texted a bunch of students this year just to get feedback from their experience of going to camp, and all of them had just amazing things to say. But it wasn't just about like the fun and the games and all that kind of stuff, which is a lot of fun. It's what we do at camp, but so many of them talked about the life change that happened, how God really spoke to them, how they grew in community. So camp is a big part of what we do as a church, and it's a big part of people's lives.
Yeah, it is. It is. So registrations are going up, but you also talked about a way that we can all be a part, whether you have a middle schooler, high school, or not.
Yeah.
We can all step into being a part of Fuse Camp this year. Tell us
Yeah, and I think maybe more than any year, the prices are going up everywhere, right? We have all experienced that, and that's the same for camp as well. So we've invited our entire church to participate in making camp as affordable as possible for students. So we needed to raise the rates a little bit, so the families are going to bear a little bit of that. But as a church, we get to come alongside of all of those families and make it possible for kids to go to camp. I would encourage you, even if you don't have a student in the student ministry age, go to portcity.church/fuse. Look at the website, look at the pages, look at the pictures, watch the video that's on there from last year. Get an idea of what camp is like, and then there are ways for you to participate financially. One of them is you can just scroll down to the bottom, and there are ways to contribute financially. Here's the thing, if you already give to the church, you're already making Fuse happen. Part of our budget goes to making Fuse happen, keeping the costs down. But if you want to give above and beyond that, you can do that, as well as at all of our campuses, we're going to have fundraisers, like ways that you as a church can participate. Like here at the Wilmington
Billy,
campus,
did you
we
go
have
back to
a parking lot
1600?
that is sponsored by our student ministries, where there are going to be opportunities for you
Yes, I did. Thanks for checking. Yep.
and buying food and planning.
1 minute to Carson.
Supporting kids going to camp.
That's so cool. So many ways to participate in that. I get the privilege of going to Fuse every year, leading worship, and I love getting to see the kids worship, love getting to learn together. One of the coolest things is we get to see them as we walk around the campgrounds. They're in little pockets. They're small groups where they're digging into community with one another and getting to know one another. And it's so core to who we are, not just in student ministries, but as a church. And we want that for you as well. We want you to be known. We want you to be seen. We want you to dig into the life of Port City. And the best way that you can do that is through portcity.church/online. There's an online connect card where you can go and you can sign up for something called
Good job,
Port
Chris.
City 101, where you get to learn
20 seconds.
the perfect entry place into Port City. So check out the Fuse link.
We have 3 in
check out the
preview.
online link, sign up, jump in, and yeah, it's been awesome.
All right, we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Dissolve 3.
4 is clear.
3 is live. Ready 1.
And it is such a gift to be
It's good. Take 1.
today. I have high
We can bring the keyer in,
expectations for our
and we
time
can
as
show
well
Carson's name.
today, and I just love being in the same room with all of you. If you're linking with us online right now, it's such a gift that you would log in to the live stream today. I hope that
Don't
we're
have
able to pour
video yet, Billy.
encouragement and hope into the
Your Teradek's
home
not
or
on.
the car or the coffee shop that you are watching from. 2 things that we want you to know before we get started. One is Centra Kid, a camp that we attend as a church every year for our
We got a grow zone number.
Already?
Yep.
Billy, there's one on the wall in front of the soundboard.
We gotta show the life link, Terry.
3rd, 4th, or 5th grader, this is really important. You need to sign your kid up for Centra Kid today.
Terry, we need the life link. Okay, you got it. Or somebody did.
You can go to our website, or you can go talk to anybody on our children's ministry staff out in the lobby of Studio 3.
Actually, I was trying to get
on your way
the
out of the gathering
grow
today.
zone.
The other thing that we want you to know is a women's gathering is happening this coming Saturday, and these gatherings have become so central to us as a church in empowering the women of our church to dig deeper in their faith and dig deeper in the community.
Yeah, can you
of
send that
women
link
in our
again?
church. And we would love to invite all of the women in our church to be here this coming Saturday for a really, really special time of worship and teaching and learning together as we just continue to become a church that really pursues formative community in every stage and in every sect of life. So I just encourage you to register, because that helps us prepare for the event, because lunch is provided in that day. So you can go to our website, portcity.church/life. You can get all the information that you need there. I encourage you.
Katie, I'm gonna take a shot from you online here.
Coming down the pipe over the next few moments.
Ready, 3.
Alright.
Take 3.
Prepare for meet and greet.
Terry, y'all can pull the life link now. I think.
Okay.
Ready, 5. Take 5. 1 and 5 are live. 3's clear.
Let me know if you see me come up.
Okay, I need Chris back.
All right, Brett's ready.
Ready, 3. I need Chris back.
You can go to 3. Go ahead and go to 3,
Okay,
and then I'll
dissolve
join
3. Okay,
All
Chris,
right.
you're clear. Can you
And
rack out a focus
meet and
for me?
greet. Omar.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry.
Ready,
So
5.
this is
Dissolve
our
5.
opportunity, like Carson said, to get to know people in our gathering. We're doing this really intentionally every week, 2 minutes to kind of connect with people. So if you are watching together with people right now, take these couple of minutes to get to know each other a little better and connect with each other. If you are watching on your own, take the next minute. If somebody has been on your heart, God's been reminding you of this person, send them a text. Grab a quick piece of paper to write them a note. Say a word of prayer for this person, but take the next little bit to connect with either those who are with you or those that you can connect with digitally. And we will join with our band in just a minute in worship. Thanks, guys.
All right, 4's clear. Addie, tell Brett I'm sorry. I forgot that I was supposed to do that. I was ready for meet and greet, not ready for him.
You have signal from 6.
Yep. Yeah, can you rack out a focus for me?
Billy, you can
Ready, 6.
crank that the aperture open too for this because it's so dark in the room.
Get ready, 6. Dissolve 6.
Janelyn will lead the first song. Brooks is on lead guitar.
Let's get 3 in preview.
Just double checking, you said to tell Brett to wait to see himself before he starts speaking, or what's his cue exactly?
Pardon?
Sorry, Addie, I couldn't make out any of that.
All right, we go for worship.
No,
In
Ready, 3.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dissolve 3.
And
Ready,
Bubbles,
1.
if you're not recording yet, go ahead and hit record.
Dissolve 1. Oh no. Ready, 4. Dissolve 4. Ready, 1. Dissolve 1. Ready, 6. Dissolve 6. Ready, 3. Dissolve 3. Ready, 5. Dissolve 5. Ready, 1. Dissolve 1. Ready, 4. Dissolve 4. Ready, 3. Dissolve 3. Ready, 5. Dissolve 5. Ready, 1. Dissolve 1. Ready, 3.
Get a grow zone
Dissolve
number.
3. We'll start taking. Ready, 6. Take 6. Ready, 4. Take 4. Ready, 1. Take 1. Ready, 5. Take 5. Ready, 3. Take 3. Ready, 4. Take 4. Ready, 2. Take 2. Ready, 6. Take 6. Ready, 3. Take 3. Ready, 5. Take 5. Ready, 1. Take 1. Ready, 4. Take 4. Ready, 3. Take 3. Ready, 5. Take 5. Ready, 1. Take 1. Ready, 3. Take 3. Ready, 6. Take 6. Ready, 4. Take 4. Ready, 1. Take 1. Ready 3. We're going to dissolve here. Ready 3. Dissolve 3. Ready 5. Dissolve 5. Ready 1. Dissolve 1. Ready 4. Dissolve 4. Ready 3, and we'll start taking in. Take 3. Ready 6. Take 6. Ready 5. Take 5. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 2. Take 2. Ready 6. Take 6. Ready 3. Take 3. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 5. Take 5. Ready 6. Take 6. Now ready 3. Take 3. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 5. Take 5. Ready 2. Take 2. Ready 6. Take 6. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 3. Take 3. Ready 6. Take 6. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 5. We'll dissolve. Dissolve 5. Eddie, can you stay on the drums for that play out? Ready 4. Dissolve 4.
Alright, we have Carlos and Jamelin. Carlos
Ready
starts
3.
the song. Greg is on lead
3.
guitar.
Ready 4. Thank you, Eddie. Ready 4. Dissolve 4. Ready 5. Dissolve 5. Ready 3. Dissolve 3. Ready 4. Dissolve 4. Ready 1. Dissolve 1. Ready 3. Dissolve 3. Ready 6. Dissolve 6. Ready 4. Dissolve 4. Ready 3. Dissolve 3. Ready 2. Dissolve 2. Ready 4. Dissolve 4. Ready 1. Dissolve 1. Ready 6. Dissolve 6. Ready 5. Dissolve 5. Ready 4. Dissolve 4. Ready 2. Dissolve 2. Ready 3. Dissolve 3. Ready 4. We'll start taking. Take 4. Ready 6. Take 6. Ready 2. Take 2. Ready 5. Take 5. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 3. Take 3. Ready 6. Take 6. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 2. Take 2. Ready 6. Take 6. Ready 5. Take 5. Ready 3. Take 3. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 2. Take 2. Ready 5. Take 5. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 3. Take 3. Ready 6. Take 6. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 3. take 3, ready 2, take 2, ready 5, take 5, ready 6, take 6, ready 2, take 2, ready 4, take 4, ready 3, take 3, ready 1, take 1, ready 6, take 6, ready 4, take 4, ready 3, take 3, ready 5, take 5, ready 2, take 2, ready 4, take 4, ready 3, take 3, ready 1, take 1, ready 6, take 6, ready 5, take 5, ready 2, take 2, ready 4, take 4, ready 3, take 3, ready 2, take 2, ready 6, take 6, ready 1, take 1, ready 5, take 5, ready 4, take 4, ready 2, take 2, ready 6, take 6, ready 3, take 3, ready 1, take 1, ready 4, take 4, ready 5, take 5, ready 2, take 2, ready 3, take 3, ready 6, take 6, ready 1, take 1, ready 5, take 5, ready 4, take 4, ready 2, take 2, ready 3, take 3, ready 1, take 1, ready 6, take 6, ready 4, take 4, ready 5, take 5, ready 2, take 2, ready 3, take 3, ready 6, take 6, ready 3, and we'll dissolve 3, ready 4, dissolve 4, ready 5, dissolve 5, Billy, can you bring her back in? Yes. Ready 6, dissolve 6, ready 4, dissolve 4, ready 2, dissolve 2, ready 5, dissolve 5, ready 6, dissolve 6, ready 1, dissolve 1, ready 3, dissolve 3.
Stand by for Olivia.
Ready
Greg
4,
is on lead.
dissolve 4, ready 1, dissolve 1, ready 4, dissolve 4, ready 5, dissolve 5, ready 3, dissolve 3, ready 6, dissolve 6, ready 1, dissolve 1, ready 4, dissolve 4, ready 5, dissolve 5, ready 3, dissolve 3, ready 4, dissolve 4, ready 1, dissolve 1. We'll start taking again. Ready 3, take 3, ready 4, take 4, ready 5, take 5, ready 1, take 1, ready 6, take 6, ready 2, take 2, ready 4, take 4, ready 3, take 3, ready 1, take 1, ready 6, take 6, ready 3, take 3, ready 2, Take 2, ready 4. Take 4, ready 5. Take 5, ready 1. Take 1, ready 3. Take 3, ready 6. Take 6, ready 3. And dissolve 3. Ready 1. Dissolve 1. Ready 4. Dissolve 4. Ready 5. Dissolve 5. We'll start taking. Ready 3. Take 3. Ready 6. Take 6. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 3. Take 3. Ready 6. Take 6. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 5. Take 5. Ready 2. Take 2. Ready 3. Take 3. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 6. Take 6. Ready 3. Take 3. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 5. Take 5. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 3. Take 3. Ready 5. 6. Ready 6. Take 6. Ready 2. Take 2. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 3. Take 3. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 5. Take 5. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 3. Take 3. Ready 6. Take 6. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 5. Ready 3. Take 3. Ready 2. Take 2. Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 1. Take 1. Ready 6. Take 6. Ready 5. Take 5. Ready 3. We'll dissolve. Dissolve 3. Ready 4. Dissolve 4.
Olivia's going to pray.
Ready 1. Dissolve 1.
Yeah, God, we sing to you and you alone. You are worthy.
Carson's coming up. Let's get 3 in preview. Get ready for Carson.
Everything that we bring to your feet. And you call us redeemed.
There will be LED during giving.
I pray that you would meet us here, and we know that you will. Pray that we would hear something new, we would see something new about you today, and there would be an awakening in our hearts as we move toward Easter, that you would awaken us to the truth of who you are. We know that you'll be faithful to us. We thank you for this place that we can come and learn about you with open hands, open hearts. We just thank you. We honor you in this time. It's in your name that we pray.
Ready 3.
Amen.
Dissolve 3.
Amen. Thank you, Olivia. Church, you can grab a seat. I just am reminded
Ready 1.
today, just being able to talk to some friends of mine down front.
Ready 1. That's dissolve 1.
Hallway, just over the past few moments, that the church is such a gift. It's a gift
Switching
from
over to
God
broadcast.
to humanity that we
Gotcha.
get to be together, not only on Sundays, but we get to do life together in every moment of life.
Chris, you can brighten up a
let's bring
little
Kier
bit.
in. I'm going to show his name.
I guess to some degree I'm supposed to say that, but I just mean it.
Maybe just a touch more. Let me see what it looks like if you come up a little more. Okay.
God here at our church. And as we really begin to pivot our attention toward Easter, I am really excited about the people that are going to be here that weekend. Because Easter weekend, we know, is a weekend where a lot of people jump back into church for the weekend.
Let's get 6 in preview. I think they had the best.
Come up even a little more, Chris. I think you got room. One more. Okay. Your camera's just a little bit red too. When I get down there, I might adjust the color just a little bit. Yours is good, Billy.
Copy that.
Ready 6. Let's take 6.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh. No,
That's good,
you're
Chris.
good.
Yeah, if you
You're
can
good.
bring the side of that box in, Chris. A little more. Right there. Ready 5. Take 5.
Day of prayer is going to look a little bit similar to that, and I think it's going to be a really unique and special way for us to celebrate what Good Friday really, really is. And then our Easter gatherings will kick off on Saturday, March 30th at 9 and 11 in the morning, and then we're going to have 3 more on March 24th or 31st. Goodness gracious, Sunday, March 31st. Anybody else dyslexic in the room? 9, 11, and 2 that day. So there's 5 identical Easter gatherings that weekend. And when we think about capacity this year, it looks a little bit different. If you are aware, a couple of weeks ago, we had a pipe burst in Grow Zone, our main children's ministry area.
Ready 1.
5,000 square feet of our building was flooded. So that drastically
Take 1.
changes our children's ministry capacity on Easter weekend. But our team and our church is so committed.
If you keep that shot, Chris, I think I want to come back to you so everybody gets a chance to see the dates again.
Yeah, he's going to do that highlighted version of it that we'll want that for.
And what our invitation to you is, and our ask
Ready 5.
is that you would pre-select what gathering
Take
you
5.
are going to attend that weekend and register. Because that will help our team know how full different gatherings are and help us prepare to the fullest extent heading into Easter.
Thank you. We're doing the Easter link.
Happening at our church on Easter weekend. When it comes to one of those 5 gatherings between Saturday and Sunday, we're going to ask you go to our website, portcity.church/Easter.
Online, if you want to show that full screen, you can now.
Oh, we showed it when he was talking about the
Oh, you did
times.
already?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I missed it.
It was pretty quick. Maybe we should show it again. Let's show it again, Chris.
This is just for people who call Port City home. We're going to ask that you take a step of faith and that you attend one of 3 specific gathering times. The 2 gatherings.
Get ready to pull it. All right, go ahead and pull it.
There are a lot of people that are going to show up here on Sunday morning at 9 and 11 and want to be in the auditorium and want to have their kids in children's ministry. And we want to put our best foot forward to create as much capacity for them as possible. So as you go to register, we're just asking you to consider what would it look like for you to attend one of those gatherings. And we're also asking our church to take a step towards serving that weekend, because we need all the help that we can get to make that weekend a reality, but we also don't want to do it alone. We want to be a church that does Easter weekend.
Terry, will you go back to 1?
Yep. Ready 1.
And you can go back wide again when
Take 1.
When the next slide comes in. Oh, there it is. Sorry.
That's right. Ready 5. Take 5.
In other words, I'd rather be a doorkeeper, a door holder in the house of God.
Okay.
I should have realized he was about to read
I think
it.
we can come off that slide, but we'll keep the keyer in because we're going to be doing the... Ready 1.
To allow other people to experience the good news of Jesus. Because we've been on the inside. We know the beauty of the story.
Ready 1.
Take a step of commitment and say, God, I'm going to hold the door open. I'm going to provide a space for additional people to join in with our church on Easter weekend. So the 2 things that we're really asking for all the people.
He's going into the next slide.
Ready 1. Take.
This is the next slide.
Okay.
That's our call. That's our invitation. That's our encouragement as we aim toward Easter weekend. And over the next few months, we're going to take
Now you could go.
Ready 1. Take 1. Let's get 2 in preview. Dissolve 2.
And we're going to giving.
Roll the giving. And we can get black in preview. Yar.
Seconds to bump.
Dissolve to black.
Roll bump. All right, we go for Mike. And 5, 4, 3,
Ready 3.
2, 1.
And dissolve 3.
CG clear.
Ready 1.
I was thinking about, as we were kind of getting ready or preparing ourselves for Easter. That's what I
Take 1.
prepare myself for Easter.
And Kier's still in. We can show Mike's name.
I've been doing this by, particularly by focusing on the cross and trying to stay focused on the cross. And part of the reason for this, the explanation, or at least the reason in my mind, is that my sense is that when we get to Easter, and everybody, all of us are going to do this.
Okay, you take a key out.
We're going to celebrate something that we are
Clear online.
Okay, so we can show the first slide.
Actually have a real good idea of what it means. I mean, I've been I grew up in the faith in Christianity. I grew up going to church. I've heard. Obviously, been doing this for a long time, and I knew what the resurrection was, that Jesus was crucified and he came out of the tomb. But to think about what it means for me today, as I get up in the morning, it was just like I couldn't get my head around it, let alone my heart around it. So what it ends up being is the resurrection means something after you die, and that's an important part of it. But it's a very limiting part.
Billy, can you show me the whole
And so that's
screen?
been on a journey for years and years and years and years. And I'm gonna
Maybe
share
I'll
some of
push in
that,
a little bit more,
this
just the I
morning as
am
we walk
part.
through a couple
I'll
of
cut a bit of it,
passages.
yeah.
About 30 years ago, I came across a book.
Ready,
that was
6.
entitled Everything You've Heard Was Wrong. And that's
Take
a great
6.
title for a book. And it was a book about
Just
the
want to have a
gospel.
slightly
It was a
different
book
shot there to
about why
break
if
things
you
up a bit, give
follow
Dave a
Jesus,
rest,
you
and
should care about the condition of the world, and you should
a
care
lot of the
about
shots are really similar or
and
huge.
you should care about all this, and it was kind of written off by most conservative people at the time, just because it
Ready, 1.
It tilted in a direction that would be seen as being not conservative, liberal,
Take
or
1.
left, or however you would frame that. But it wasn't
Thank you,
as
sir.
politically charged as today. I remember looking at that book and going, I'm not going to read this because I'm right. I was, you're 26 years old, and I'd taken like one systematic
What is-
theology class, and
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
I didn't even tell me that it was wrong. But what happened was, as I read the Bible, for years and years and years and years and years, I would notice things that seemed to run against some of the things that I had held.
What's going on in Studio 3? Never mind.
Against them, what I would do is I would just
Yeah.
ignore them or try to cram them into what I already believed. And what you do is you end up kind of using the Bible in some very weird ways, and in ways that it wasn't intended. This is very common. And so I don't want to sit here today and say everything you've heard is wrong. I just want to introduce you or to invite you to notice some things and to not be afraid to notice things, particularly notice things that you don't understand. Right? As human beings, what we tend to do is whenever we see something, we observe something, our immediate response is to try and find meaning and purpose and understand it, and we can't understand it, we just move on because we've got too many other things that we need to understand. We don't have
I
time
may
to
jump to a
we
6
don't
shot,
really
if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
ready,
the problem
6.
is you stop
Take
learning,
6.
and you stop growing,
Online.
and you stop seeing.
1 and 6 are
And so
live.
I want for us today, I'm going to kind of do something a little bit differently, draw.
He's got
some
several
words
slides
today.
here,
So I'll
some
have
Alright.
to if you don't.
mostly on one.
But
Coming
I
back
want
to
us
clean feed.
Notice some things about
Alright.
how
6
God
are clear.
has revealed himself to us. And I'm very grateful if you've been, the passage from today, with Jesus, we're using this series called I Am. And it's pulled from Jesus' statement in John 8, where he encounters the Pharisees and he says, hey, before Abraham was, I am. And he uses that phrase very deliberately because it's a direct reference to Exodus 3, where God reveals himself to Moses by name. And he says, my name is I am that I am. And Jesus was using this to essentially say that I am God. That's what he was doing. So what God is doing in Christ is revealing himself to us, and I don't want us to keep cramming him into these little places, but rather have our sights awakened, see some things differently than what we have before. And I'm very grateful. Tony Ripa, it was his idea.
Ready, 6.
In a meeting to say, hey, let's look at these I am statements of Jesus.
Take
Let's
6.
use these metaphors. I'm the light of the world. We looked at that last week. You know, I'm the
If you haven't put in the
bread of life.
title
We'll
slide, you
next
could
week.
probably go
Then
ahead
we'll
and
look at this
do
morning. It says,
that.
I'm the gate of the sheep.
Sure.
Like these metaphors that Jesus used to say who he was.
It's hard to see. Dang. Okay.
6 looks a little
And a
dark.
lot of us, we have this
Oh,
vision
and someone just walked
view of
from the camera.
Ready, 1.
miss, I think,
Take 1.
A lot of times the actual heart.
I don't know what would be better. Maybe that would have been better.
We
That's
are going to be
still-
looking at John chapter 10
Yeah.
today, which is where this
Maybe
passage
on
comes
2,
from. If you can
there's a little
follow
bit of a
along,
dark
we're reading
spot
one
there.
that Tony wrote again.
True.
Tony wrote these, and it's a gift, a journey through John. And this was your
Should
reading
we try it
from
again or just
John,
maybe not? Okay.
9 and 10, so we'll be looking
I don't even think
at
anybody
that.
could see it.
That's how I want to get into this, and I want us to remind us that Jesus was not giving us a metaphor to consider his clever teaching or his purpose or how we apply the things to his life. It is God revealing himself to us. I can't say that strongly enough. It is God revealing himself to us. If you want to know what God looks like, look at Jesus. It is God in the flesh. It is the Creator contained in creation. And what most of us think, when you talk about being a Christian, most people think if I'm a Christian, it means that I have believed something about Jesus that is correct, that when I stand before him at the end of my life, I will get into heaven because of what I believed about him is correct. And that's how most people think about what it means to be a Christian or means to be a Christian. And that's actually not how it's presented to us in the scriptures. And I've tried to find a nice way to say that, but it's just not. And so what is this and how do we see this? And some of you are going, oh my gosh, what kind of church did I walk into this morning? But it's becoming important to me because at some point in time, the resurrection of Jesus has to matter in ways that move me deep. And I don't mean that from a self-centered.
I'm going to get that big wide shot from Katie. I'll stay on 1.
And I want to see it in that way.
Or Nick, sorry.
You know, so he says, if
Katie's
you
on 2 now.
ask and you seek and you knock, you'll find the door will be opened. And I've wanted to understand this, and then I've even had places in my life where I don't want to understand it because I don't want to be responsible for what I understand. You ever feel like that? It's like you get to a point, you go, I know enough. Don't mess with me anymore. I'm good. And then it just like this keeps opening up for me. So that's what I want to inflict that on all of you as well. How's that sound? Right? So one of the most famous places where Jesus says this, and this is like always the proof text. Whenever you hear someone talking about apologetics, they'll say, do you believe there's one way to heaven? I say, yes, of course there's only one way to heaven. And they'll quote this verse. Well, Jesus is actually talking to his disciples, and it's a profound thing that he says to them. And they're asking, he says, I'm going to prepare a place, and I'm going to return to you. And he says, where I'm going, you cannot go. They said, we don't know where you're going. And what Jesus says to them is this, in John 14:6, he says, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. And no one comes to the Father but through me. Which it's interesting, if you observe this, you notice what Jesus does not say? He does not say, I'm the way, the truth, and the life, and no one gets into heaven but through me. He doesn't say that. Now we infer it because that's what we've heard, that's what we've taught, that's what we've thought. But it's important to think about it, to consider, to try to understand, does it matter that Jesus says no one comes to the Father but through me? Like their concern is that we don't know where you're going. We don't know how to get there. And Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. We're going to look at this a little bit more carefully the next couple of weeks. I'm the way, the truth, and the life. And no one comes to the Father but through me. Why might that be true? Verse 7, if you really know me, you will know my Father as well. From now on, you know him and have seen him. Why? Because Jesus is God. That's what he's driving at. And this has been a big, like this idea, and again, Jesus being a cool dude that people want to follow because Jesus was good.
All right, slide out online.
Yes,
Like,
take
that's
the keyer
not
out.
what Jesus is about.
Okay, we can go to
Jesus
the
is
next
coming
slide.
To establish and to redeem and to reconcile the entire world and all that
Ready,
has been
5.
made to himself precisely
Take
because
5.
he is the one who created it. Like, this is the picture we got to get in our head. And yes, it's a mystery and it's big and we can't just graphically put it down, but I want us to notice some things, even though we don't readily understand them, and to see what they mean to us. To consider what it means for you and how you live your life and how you arrange your life and what you're willing to do with your life. That's where I want for us to get to. The Pharisees, these are the religious leaders of the day. Jesus was constantly having these tense arguments. Looked at one last week. We'll look at one again
Ready,
today.
1.
But in
Take
John
1.
chapter 5, they studied. They know the Old Covenant. They know the Torah. They know all the laws and the commands, and they follow it. And this is what Jesus says to them in John chapter 5. You study the scriptures diligently
Slide in.
because you think that in them you have eternal life. These are the very scriptures that testify to me. I've spent the last 20 years trying to wrestle with how willing I am to believe this. How willing am I to recognize and understand that everything that I read throughout here points and leads to this thing that God was doing to reveal himself in his son, Jesus, that all of it would point to him. And we use all kinds of ways to use the Old Covenant to talk about things that we should and shouldn't do in ways that, yes, we should do them in a particular way, but it is not because of the reasons that we think or that we often say, because all of this is designed to point to Jesus and the way of life under his rule. And so that's sort of the setup. And it's just been a real tough journey for me.
All right, taking the slide out.
These scriptures testify to me, and here's what Jesus says next. Yet,
Okay.
you refuse to come to me
Good catch.
in order to have this kind of life. And I'll tell you what, I get it. And the reason I get it is because if I can get God to give me life on my terms, that's what I'm going to want, and that's probably what I'm going to go for. If I can get God to do for me what I want done, and I can say, what do you want me to do in exchange, and then I'll do that. That is precisely what the Old Covenant was. And so this is what happens. I want to find a way to control my life, to be able to be in charge of my life in such a way that I do not
I
have
may
to trust
jump to
anybody
3
or anything. That's
after this.
ultimately sort of the
Okay.
human,
That works for you.
base
Yeah.
Okay.
fallen human goal is I want to be able to do what I want when I want to do it without having to depend on anybody else for it. And that's how we arrange our lives. And we would rather control than to trust. And so we don't come to him to find this.
I think we
this
can pull the
life
slide.
Okay.
actually
Clear online.
So
Okay.
here's John
So I'll
10,
hang
which
here
is
if you want to come to
talking
3.
about sheep and shepherds. And before
All right,
that,
ready,
there's this,
3.
really
Online.
great scene that happens in John
Ready,
9.
3.
You got to start there because you won't understand.
He's about to get a
it.
scripture.
Oh, I see.
And so
Okay.
in John chapter 9, there's a blind man, and his disciples are like,
Oh, you skipped
Jesus,
ahead.
This man, who sinned that this man was born
Quite a bit.
blind? And Jesus is like,
Oh, we can go to the next
"Nobody
slide there,
sinned.
Cheryl.
It happens that the works of God might be displayed. And then Jesus heals him. And so Jesus heals this guy.
Eddie, you can definitely use 3, but just so you know, I won't be able to download.
Which is a violation.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
But you're good. You can take it. They do like a dateline investigation. That's what they're doing. Because they'll come and go
Let's
online,
see.
It was a man who was blind.
Ready,
So they
3.
go through this whole
Online.
thing,
Take 3.
and they go to the guy. They're like, "Look, man, what happened?" And the guy's like, "Look, I was blind, and now I see." And they bring him back in and said, "Hey, what happened?" He says, "I've already told you once." They're like, "Well, this man must be a sinner, right? Because
All right.
I mean, he must be. He can't. It couldn't. He
Ready,
couldn't have
5.
done this miracle because sinners can't do miracles, and this guy did a miracle. So
Take
they're trying to
5.
discredit him, right? They're kind of
I'm going to come to 5 too.
discredit him. He wasn't
Okay.
5.
blind. Is this really the guy? You
Take
just look
5.
like the guy. All this stuff is going on in John 9.
5 is live
And so
everywhere.
then they come back to him again, and they're like, okay, is this man a
All right,
sinner?
I'm back
I
on
don't
clean
know if
feed.
he's a sinner or not. All I know is I was blind, and now I see. And they go get his parents. They're like, was he really born blind? They're just like trying to figure out, was he really blind? Or was he just like, had some, what? And he's like, they're like, look, yes, we know he's born blind. Well, how can he see now? Says, we don't know how he sees. He's a grown man. Go ask him. So this is exactly what's happening in chapter 9. The Pharisees are going after this. And then finally they bring him back, and the guy says, I guess he's had enough. I would love to have
Chris,
kind
your
of
shot
seen
is
this,
a
but the
little
guy's
bit
basically
on
like,
screen.
they get him in, they're kind of interrogating again. He's like, sir, do you want to be his follower?
Ready, one.
Here and here. And they get so infuriated, they kick him out.
Take one.
They get rid of him. And so Jesus goes, and Jesus finds him. This is great. This is what I love.
This will be a slide coming in on the left again.
So Jesus hears he's been thrown out of the temple, and he walks up to the guy, and he finds him. He says, hey, do you believe in the Son of Man? And then the man
background
says,
is a
who
little
is
bright,
he,
but
sir?
when that
And the
dark
man
box
asks,
comes
tell
up
me,
for him to
sir,
draw,
and
that'll be great.
So tell me who he is so I can believe in him. And then Jesus says, you've now seen him. Right? This is hilarious. You've now seen him. In fact, he is the one speaking with you. And then the man simply said, Lord, I believe, and he worshiped him. And the Pharisees overhear this, and they sort of inject themselves into this conversation. And they're like, what are you saying about us? Right? What are you saying about us? And in John chapter 9, verse 41, Jesus looks at the Pharisees and he says, if you were blind,
Slide in.
you wouldn't be guilty. But you remain guilty
6 is a little
because
darker
you
than
claim
5.
that you can see.
For when we go to LED next.
Yeah, just a
It might
bit.
look weird to flip flop.
Looks a little better.
Of that
Yeah,
statement.
I think you're good there.
Yeah, it matches 3 better.
Problem isn't being
Plus the
blind.
darker background is coming in, so.
The problem is not knowing that you were blind. That's everybody else. It's not us. It could never be us. Right? Do you hear how Jesus talks to us?
Sure.
Right? If
Yeah,
your-
that's
if
great.
your whole eye
Alright, so do you think
is
we can
healthy, then your
pull
body
it?
full of light, but if
I think
your
so.
whole
Because he's
eye
going to start drawing
is
pretty
unhealthy,
quick.
Yeah,
then
I
your
almost
body
wonder
is
if you should
dark, and
like
light
go to
within
6
you is dark.
Yeah, I kind of
and
hate.
then kind of have it break, like come up while you're on 6.
It's the things that you chase
Yeah,
and
I hate to
pursue
try and pull the keyer and
you think are good,
make
but
a
are
cut
not.
all at the same time.
Do
you
Feels
wanna-
like a lot happening, so.
If,
Okay.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take it out.
Alright.
self-awareness
Slide
is
out
a
online.
lost art in our
Ashley,
culture, I
how do they
don't know
Ooh.
if you picked up on this or not.
That was really good.
36.
I want us to look at some things and just make some observations.
Yeah, I
as I'm
think
gonna
I
let
would
you
go.
into sort of my
Take 6.
world, and how I do this. And so we're going to look now. What happens is the Pharisees come after him, and
Stand by
they're
for
like,
LED.
you know, you can't just keep doing this. And what are you saying about us? And Jesus says, you don't even know that you're blind. And then he turns, and in John chapter 7, starting in verse 1, he says this.
I think he's on it. Yeah, go for it.
Nice.
Very truly I tell you, and who's he talking to?
Can you read it?
You have to play along, right? Because this is going to be fun for me. The Pharisees, the religious leaders.
See, 5 looks a little blurry, the words.
The words are going to be blurry on my mic and focus.
Enter the sheep
Yep.
Okay.
pen by the gate.
No worries.
And what you're going to start to notice
Will you
is
go to 5?
Sure, ready.
going by the gate,
Take 5.
climbs in some other way is a what?
The words are a touch out of focus there, too. I don't know if you
These are
can.
bad things.
Yep,
But anyone
that's
who
good. That's good.
enters by the gate, right?
That's
is
better.
the shepherd of the sheep. So think about it this way. You sit down and you say,
Pretty-
okay, there's this pen.
Oh yeah, and you can go ahead and. Okay.
This is the shot right here.
There's a little, wait, my hand's getting really,
I do wish the wall could be sharper, but
there's
I
a
don't want Mike to
sheep,
get
right?
that soft.
It's not a great sheep, but you see it, you get the idea. Because you got to think this out. You
It's
gotta
not
think this out.
too
We just
bad.
read something, so we're making
Better than my
observations.
sheep packet.
Jesus is just
Ready, 1.
basically told
Take
them
1.
You're blind and you don't realize it. He tells them a story about some sheep in a pen. And what does he say?
Ready, 6.
Yeah.
Take
There are
6.
people
Nice.
who come in
This is a good,
in ways that
good
are
one to be
not
on.
the gate. And those people are what?
Billy, when you're clear, will you tilt down
Yeah,
just a little
see,
bit?
you getting this. they're a thief. But anyone who comes through the gate, anyone who comes through the gate,
Delete.
that person is the what? Yeah, this is so simple. So we go back. The one who climbs in the gate, enters by the gate, is the shepherd of the sheep.
Ready,
the
5.
gatekeeper opens the gate for him. The sheep then
Take
do
5.
what? They listen to his voice. The sheep listen to his voice. He calls his own sheep out by name, and he leads them out. When he has brought out all of his own, he goes ahead of them, and the sheep follow him because they know his voice. So what you begin to see is this whole pattern. The sheep,
Ready, 1.
The shepherd comes in.
Take 1.
The sheep,
Oops.
they listen to
Ready,
his
6.
voice.
Take 6.
Right, and he leads them out. Right, he leads them out.
You're doing great.
Mike's flipping.
This is tough.
And why is it that he leads them? Look what it says. And his sheep follow him. Why do they follow him? Because they know, right? They know the shepherd. I guess we'll do this. He follows them. We
I like it
follow
better
them
when he's got the scripture and the drawing side by side.
because we know the shepherd. That's what he says. And if you read back, it says, but they will never follow a stranger. In fact, they will run away from him because they do not recognize the stranger's voice. Jesus used this figure of speech. So he's telling a parable, a
Ready,
story,
1.
to help them or
Take
invite
1.
them to see. But the Pharisees did not what? They did not understand what he was telling them. They're like, well, neither do I. So what you begin to notice are some things.
Ready, 6.
Is that there's some sheep in a pen, and there's somebody who evidently tries to break in on a regular basis and do something to the sheep.
Take
Right.
6.
And the shepherd calls them, and they follow the shepherd out of the pen.
Do you guys see?
Because that's what sheep can
Okay.
do sheep. That's what it
Just the
seems to
focus.
be happening.
Can you
Right, that's what
change focus?
the idea is that the sheep don't belong in the pen; they belong out somewhere else. And the shepherd comes and he leads them out. And
Ready,
the
Okay.
1.
sheep can be sheep. And
Take
there
1.
seems that there's some threat to
Yeah,
this,
Billy,
that
if you
there
can
are
try
thieves
to
who steal,
bring Mike a
and there
little
are
more into
deceptive
focus.
voices.
Guess there's something going on with
Do you
the.
see how this open? If you just stop and make observations, you start to notice things.
Let's see.
So in this particular place, in this pen, that we seemingly need to be
I think
let
it's
out,
better.
that there's a threat that something will be taken from us. There's a threat that there are voices
Ready, 5.
that will deceive us into thinking things that are true.
Take
that
5.
aren't. If you read on down, we'll look at this more next week, but Jesus actually says, I'm going to lead you out, and there's a sheep from other pens as well that I want to bring my sheep out into, so there will be one flock and one shepherd. And this is really important for us to start to get our heads around. Because what he's saying is, when he's talking about this, he says that there's something that's brought out in the pen that he's referring to is this over-allegiance to being Israelites in this context.
Ready, 1. Take 1.
It's the idea that what's trapped
Ready,
in this
6.
pen
Take
is
6.
this false or insufficient identity. We didn't see this coming, did we? He's bringing his sheep out. The point is the shepherd is bringing the sheep out from this place where we over-identify with anything that keeps us from fully identifying as people of God. Does this make sense? Because he's got people in this pen and people in this pen. He's leading them all out, so there's one shepherd and one flock. And this is so consistent with the way this whole thing goes through. So he keeps going. Jesus, therefore,
Ready,
said
5.
again, very
Take
truly
5.
I tell you, and what
Yeah,
does
but
he
the
say?
Southside pen represents.
I am the gate for the sheep. All who come before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep have not listened to him. And again he says,
I wish it was clearer.
am the gate
Yeah.
of the sheep.
Yeah.
And 5 was like our best shot.
And
Yeah.
what we notice is
Ready,
there are
6.
two things that are needed for the sheep to get out of this pen and out to where sheep can be sheep.
Take
And
6.
number 1 is the gate, and number 2 is the shepherd. And what did Jesus say right here? Very truly I tell you, I am the gate. The gate that we enter through is Jesus himself. So we're just observing. It's like, what does this even mean? We're just making observations. If you keep reading, Jesus also says he's the shepherd. So there
It's
are
up.
2 things that are needed to deliver
Nice.
us out
Okay.
of the pen and into this other place. Jesus says he's both of them. I'm the gate, and you'll learn later on, I'm the good shepherd. Are you following? Okay. This is how I read the Bible. This may be what's wrong with me, but this is how I read the Bible.
Ready 1, maybe.
I am the gate, verse 9. Whoever
Already
enters
5.
through me
Take
will
5.
what? There's 2 things. Will be saved, and everybody, if you grew up in America, and particularly in the South, you just had a picture of what that looks like, didn't you? You just had a picture of what that looks like. And it's probably wrong. It's probably insufficient. Let's see what we observe. Everyone who enters through me will be saved. They will come in and go out, and they will what? Find pasture. They will live in a place in
Ready
a
1.
way where sheep can be
Take
sheep.
1. Let's get 6 in preview.
Does that make sense? That's the point. What's interesting to me is this little word right here.
Take
It says
6.
that they will come in.
You're saying
and they will
shot
go
3?
out.
Or
And I looked at this because it
Oh, I
sounds
got you, yeah.
like we're going to be
True, true, true.
frolicking between
let's see.
2 places. We can come in, we can go out, we can come in, we can go out. I don't think that's what he's saying, because of the bigger idea is that what he's doing is inviting us out of one identity and into another. Right? They will
I'm going to jump to 1 real
in
quick.
Okay.
through Jesus.
Ready 1, take
and
1.
they will go out
You
from
can go ahead and
within.
do the
That's probably
title.
the better way to read this. So they will come in through Jesus, and they will go out into this place.
That lined up
from within, this
perfectly.
place where
Yeah,
sheep
I was a
can be
little
sheep.
close
Even,
there,
even
but,
look
you know.
down a little bit
It's
and
okay.
made room for it.
There were 2
I want to
things
come to
that
1
were
too.
needed
Ready
for
1,
them
take
to
1.
get from where they are to where they needed to be, where they were designed to be.
1 is live
where they were
everywhere.
intended to be, and that is they needed a gate and they needed a shepherd. And Jesus comes and he says, I am the way, I am both of these things. This is what he's talking about.
Thanks for the
Right?
reminder.
He's leading us out of these pens of over-identification. Like if you think about what's happening in our culture, what is every advertiser, what is every political operative, what everybody who's trying to get you to do anything divides us into segments
Ready 2.
of who we are supposed to be, how we can identify
Take
ourselves.
2.
And then if we over-identify with that, they can sell us or tell us whatever it is that we need to be told in order to preserve that identity. And so Jesus says, I'm the gate out of that, and I'm the voice that continues to lead you out of that. You realize in both Matthew and in Luke, Jesus uses this idea of the narrow gate, or the narrow way. You've probably heard this. This is what our parents used to say. You got to stay on the straight and narrow. What it means, you better keep yourself in line. That's not what it means. Jesus says, right, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Knock and seek and ask. Enter by the narrow gate. For wide is the road that leads to destruction, and narrow, hard is the way that leads to life.
Ready 1.
And he says the same thing again in Luke, and the question is,
Take 1.
Lord, who's going to be saved? And he talks about people who are unaware, who are blind to something. They're going to be shocked when it's different. And so this, and you can go. We can spend 2 more hours. That's the picture here. But
All right, I may take a shot from 3.
Sure.
Ready, 3.
To keep us from over-identifying ourselves.
Take 3.
with things that don't have the sufficiency to bear the weight of our identity. I mean, think about how do you identify yourself? Right? It's occupation. It's political party.
Ready,
It's some
clean feet.
version of, sexuality. There's all kinds of ways
Take clean feet.
in which we identify ourselves.
I don't see that he's writing anymore
Jesus
after this.
invited us out of those things into a place where humans can be human. More specifically, where we can be new humans in a new kind of humanity. Like that's the picture, that's the language of the gospel. We don't hear it this way. Because we're often consumed with trying to figure out how to get into heaven when we die instead of understanding that to be saved
Ready, 6.
might mean something
Take 6.
more than that. And so when I began to think about this, because what's interesting is what comes next is a verse we've all heard. The thief comes only to steal, to kill, and destroy. But I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. That somehow the gate and the shepherd leads us into a way of life where we find pasture, where this actually happens for us. And here's the question. Who is the thief? It's very quick to assume that he's talking about the accuser or the devil or the Satan. Not untrue.
Ready, 1.
But what has he just said?
Take 1.
3 verses earlier.
Ready,
Anyone
5.
who comes in any other way. In this
5. Take
system,
5.
in this system, we will have to resort to taking. In this system, if we don't go through the gate, we won't find pasture. That's what he's saying. Instead, what will happen is we're going to shrink into tribes, and we will wage war on other tribes. Does that sound familiar at all? Like, what would it be to be saved from that? To be saved from that
Ready,
and find
1.
pasture as a new creation
Take 1.
or a new creature in a new creation. Like, this is what Jesus is inviting us into. This division and separation and hostility between groups is the way the world works. It's just the condition of the world in which we live in. He says, I'm the gate, and I'm leading you
Ready, 6.
out of this.
Take
This
6.
way is narrow, not because you have to walk it like a tightrope, but because it requires you to die and to keep dying. It requires you to trust and to keep trusting. This isn't a one and done kind of thing. You have to learn how to reorient yourself,
Ready, 2.
recalibrate to the way of Jesus. All of him. That's what makes it narrow. That's what he means by this. And so the question
Ready,
that
2.
becomes for
Take
us, how
2.
is it that you enter through a person? And how then does that person become a way? That's what I thought about. And so here's what you need to understand. A person doesn't become the way.
I put the stylus down, so maybe he's done writing.
God becomes the way.
Do you think
He
2
becomes the way
and 1 looks
as he is
slightly
revealed to us
darker
in Jesus,
than
the
everything else?
life
Or
of God
Mm-hmm.
and the
I'm not
covenant
sure.
Well, except for 3.
that God has given to us is being
Yeah.
recreated, literally
Blackboard looks very
recreated as
similar
cross,
on all
God
3 of those.
reconciling
Yeah.
the world to himself. That's what the cross is
Billy's
beginning to
probably
do.
the lightest.
It
Yeah.
serves as this place of judgment for
Like
me,
2
all
just
my
looks
allegiances,
even
and
different than
I
1.
look and behold and wrestle with the cross.
He's got all that
More and
black
more
space
and
under.
more of those
That's probably what it
experiences
is. Yeah,
on
you're
that
right.
one.
and how I often try to get around what God is asking.
My eyes are deceiving me.
He's inviting us into
Oh.
something. The
Ready, 1.
resurrection brings us out of
Take
one
1.
way, life governed by death, and into another way that is untouched by death and that is miraculous and beautiful. It's a place where humans can be humans. And so it's not a person this way. It's God himself has made a way by sending, by coming himself to get us. I heard a pastor one time says, doesn't one way to get to God sound really terrible? And he's like, no, it actually sounds merciful. Jesus came and says, hey, I'm here. Nobody else is coming for you. Like there's nobody else coming for us to bring us into this way. Jesus has already done that, and he stands today and he invites us into that. So how is it that you enter through Jesus? How do you do this? And the short answer is by being with. That's how you do it. The reason our mission is to reach people and help them walk with God is because we believe that's what life with God looks like. It is to live in a relationship, taking cues and following his steps and learning how to be allegiant to him. And salvation is the deliverance from this thief-prone pen that is the world. It's not that we are removed from the world. We are taken into a place where we learn how to live fundamentally differently under a different rule. And we learn to live differently than the way of life that forces us to
Ready
protect
to.
ourselves and to preserve ourselves and
Take
withhold
two.
ourselves and to distrust everyone and everything in order not to be taken from or not to be deceived. I mean, I think probably the thing that makes me most crazy about watching politics in the news is just the fact that you cannot find what is true. It makes me nuts. It makes me crazy. Because everyone assumes that everybody else is going to distrust you, and it is a terrible way for us to try to live as human beings. And Jesus is inviting people, these groups, to live under allegiance to him. We are delivered from this pen as we follow the shepherd to kind of find pasture and invite other people into this as well. I want to just sort of read this at the end, because this is how I was thinking about this. In Christ, like in him, the future purpose of the reconciliation of all things has already been
Back on title slide on the
That's what
LED.
Jesus did in the resurrection. This way of life is actually created by the resurrection. It's what it means for us to live in light of the resurrection. I know I'm getting ahead of myself because it's not Easter yet. But he is the gate, and he is the guide for such of life. We need to learn how to enter through him and how to
I may
follow
take
him. Not
one
only
more
that,
three
he is
shot.
the source
Okay.
of such a life, and he is introducing
I'll go to one.
us,
Ready, one.
introducing us
Take
to
one.
himself and to his kingdom. It is a way of participating and arranging our lives, of governing our affections and our actions. And learning to
Carson's
take our
coming up
cues
after
from
this.
him.
Okay.
Like that's how so much of Jesus' teaching is written. Learning how to
And during dismissal, we'll go to the Easter time slide on LED again.
Okay.
Okay.
How do I bring some
And
of
we'll
what
need the
you
Easter
long
lower
to
third.
do, what you're going to do? How do I bring some of that here and now? And what happens is, I believe this is why the church, I think, matters so
Ready,
much.
three. Take three.
Because as we learn how to hear his voice and how to follow him together, we begin to sort of awaken a kind of anticipation that humans could live differently here.
Ready, clean
And we
feed.
begin to bring hope to bear on the world here and now. And we learn to live like the future purposes of
Actually,
reconciliation are further anticipated.
Ready, five.
We begin to want them and long
Take
for them
five.
more, because we see glimpses of this happening around us as we learn how to live in the way that is Jesus Christ. Like that's the point. I know it sounds very spiritual and but it is what Jesus is saying to us. And so we, you, me, we have to learn how to trust what it is that he says enough to follow him. Our goal, right, is you learn how to trust him by walking with him, and you cannot do this on your own, right? I am immensely impacted and honored by being able to journey together with our church over the last 25 years and for the next, hopefully, not that long, but at least some portion of that. And as it is our mission, we would be honored to help you take your
Nick, if you're on Dolly, I might just take one of your shots real quick.
towards him, to enter through the
All
gate
right, ready,
and
three,
cross
online.
into the kind of life for
Take
which you
three.
have been intended, right? He is the gate. Enter through him and you will find salvation. You will find
Nice.
the life that you've been created
All right,
for.
and
Yes,
ready, clean feed.
there is no other way.
Take clean feed. Thank you, Nick.
It's a beautiful gospel. It's a beautiful gospel. And he's leading us into these places, right, where this is available to us. Would we have the courage to follow him? So here's what I want to do as I pray. If you're here and you're not sure what you believe about Jesus, I want you to ask him. Maybe you're here and you want to believe and you tell him that. Maybe you're here and you do believe and you tell him that. We have people who are ready to help you. This is our mission. I want people to understand. I want you all to understand where we are with him. Not so we can determine are we in or are we out, but so we can arrange our lives to follow and to continue to follow. Father, would you help us to understand, to see things, and to understand them in a way that compels us towards life.
Where's Carson? There he is. Ready, 3.
Just works against this at every turn. Would you form us into a people
Just
that
kind
learn
of sneaks
to live
behind.
differently and see differently and to love deeply, to hold hope. Father, for those who are here, they're not sure what they believe. I ask that you would reveal yourself to them. They might respond to you by simply saying, I trust you, I believe you, your forgiveness, to receive that. And Father, that we wouldn't just resolve this to be a decision we've made, but rather be a life we embrace.
Alrighty.
We would do that together. So I ask you to take these words.
Are you jumping to 3?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And use your spirit to make them into something in our lives. And I pray all this in your son Jesus.
Ready, 3.
Amen.
Take 3.
Thank you. Thank you.
What a cool little toy.
I know, right?
Literally.
25 years.
Ready, 2.
It is a toy.
It will not be.
A couple
Take
of
2.
things before you head out today. One, I just want to take everybody back to what we talked about in the
Ready, 1.
gathering about Easter.
Take 1.
This is our Easter weekend schedule. You can't
Ready,
LED.
3.
Friday. It's going to be a drop-in gathering.
Take 3.
Saturday and Sunday. Remember, we're asking you to join us on Saturday at 9.
We do the Easter link.
Yep, let's put the
Perfect.
bring it here. Yep.
Nice job.
You're still going to have the morning Easter experience
exactly
on
right.
Saturday. One note about when you go to register, we are asking you to register your families as well, and you do that all on the same page. Once you
Ready,
register
6.
yourself, you scroll down, you can register
Take
your kids
6.
to go into Treasure Island and into Grow Zone. And don't forget about the women's gathering this coming Saturday. If that's you, go to our website and register for that so we can be prepared for you. Church, we love you. Have a great rest of your
Ready to take the link out?
All right, and go for
All right,
walkouts.
Walkouts.
And
Yep.
nice.
Nice.
Good job, team.
Cool. See everybody upstairs for breakfast.
Alright. Sweet.